I'm going to tell you 4 themes that were very important to me in my coming to know Jesus, and that's why I put them in my book. They're very important. Number 1, Jesus loved the repentant sinner. Did you know this? He was always talking about the sinners that come back. You remember the story of the boy, the 2 sons, and the younger one goes to his father and says, I want my inheritance, yes? Only in my book do you find this. I wrote it because this young man did what you do not do in a Jewish culture. The older son is entitled to the inheritance, yes? But the older son would never go to the father. Here's the young son who is not even entitled to it, goes to his father, shames all, and demands that he have his inheritance. And what did this loving father do? He gave him the inheritance. And this young man goes off and he spends it, he squanders it, he buys all the drink, he buys all the food, he buys all the things of the world that he wants. He buys it and he's out of the money. And he says to himself, I should go back to my father. But he doesn't. Why not? Because of his pride. His pride won't let him turn back. He says, I can't go back to my father and tell him I've wasted and squandered all the monies he has given me. So he takes a job, slopping out the hogs. He's Jewish. This is the lowest of the low. You don't do this. You're not around the pigs when you are Jewish, yes? And so he is doing the lowest of the low. He has chosen to do the lowest of the low instead of going back to his father. But finally, when he was at the bottom, he says, even if I have to be a slave for my father, it is better than what I am doing here. Yes? So he goes back home. And what did I write? Did I write that the father sat and waited for him to come to the house? No. I wrote that the father heard that he was coming from a great distance. And the father did what? He ran. He ran to his son. He ran to his son. He put his arms around his son. He told them to kill the fatted calf for the great festival they were going to have. And he brought his greatest, his most wonderful of coats, and he put it onto his son. We tell you in the scriptures that the heavens rejoice by the sinner who has come back. Yes? That was important to Jesus. He was always telling stories of the repentant sinner.